Off the Top Rope debuts tonight on the CEV Sports Podcast Network with your boy, of course. I'm Ty Asbury, and this episode is going to be unstoppable. If there is one talented wrestling superstar that is going to make this episode unstoppable, it is the one, the only. Joining me live, Leila Grey. It is coming up next. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to watch the best wrestling podcast around with some sizzle, it is Off the Top Rope. Yeah. This is your boy, of course, Ty Asbury, for the debut episode of Off the Top Rope here live on the CEV Sports Podcast Network. And it's Thursday night, and you know what's going down. And this episode is going to be unstoppable because my live guest sitting here with me right now, she is the Pro Wrestling 2.0 Women's Champion. And she's going to make sure, moving forward, she's going to be unstoppable in the wrestling business. Miss Leile Grey is here tonight.
Hi. Hi, Ty. Thank you so much for having me on your show tonight.
Hey, it's a pleasure. And like I just said, start of the program here. This is the first episode debut on the CEV Sports Podcast Network. And you're the first ever guest on here. So how's that feeling tonight?
Oh, that feels great. I'm honored to be your first guest. Like I said, thank you again for having me.
Oh, well, I know when we first started talking, you've been busy with a lot of stuff. I mean, you being a champion, traveling, wrestling. So I was like, I got to get her on the show. So I'm blessed tonight to have you on the show. We got lots to talk about because not only, too, you're a wrestler, actress, radio personality. So I've done my research. I mean, you don't calm down, do you?
No, I like to keep busy. Whenever I'm not busy and I'm spending too much time at home, I get depressed. I like to be moving and doing things and making money. So yeah, I'm always trying to find something to do. Plus, I feel like I have too many talents and I like to utilize them all.
Yeah, that's definitely understandable. Now, I'm going to ask you the biggest thing. Of course, I know we're all sad that that's the case, that the summer is kind of winding down. How's your summer been like for being a wrestler, time away from wrestling? How's your summer been?
My summer has consisted of a lot of work and a lot of traveling. I mean, I'm in Florida, so all year it's summer. but the past couple months, just been working a lot. Training. I recently moved from Miami to Florida. I relocated and everything's been going great. I have a lot of upcoming projects coming up that I'm excited about. So yeah, things are moving pretty well.
Now, as far as these projects, can you tell us a little something about that, or are you want to keep it on the down low, or I know you don't want to give too much away.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say for who, but I have a very big and very important to me. I have a very important publication and interview that will be airing pretty soon, perhaps next month. And that's going to be a big deal and hopefully open a lot of doors for me. So we will see how it goes. Maybe that'll give me a reason to come back on your podcast and then we can talk about all that.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, because I will be asking you later on about when to come back on Off the Top Rope here on the network. And I'll definitely get to you for that later on about coming back on the show. And again, I want to thank everybody for watching this episode live. It is everywhere at CEV Sports Network. I mean, Twitter, Twitch. I mean, any social media outlet you can think of. We blowing up the night there. We're partying on the show because Miss Leile Grey is in the house, of course. Now, I want to ask you this, of course. If you take the Leile Grey from last summer, the wrestler, what's the difference from you last year to this summer? Because as a wrestler, I'm sure things you may like probably have a new move that you want to introduce to your fans. Like what's that? Where's the big gap in from a year to last year to now?
You know what's so funny that a year ago I actually was not wrestling yet. I
Really?
was training, but I had not made my debut. I made my debut in October of 2020. So next month will actually be a year that I've been out and about, out on the road, working and doing all of that. So last summer we were all on lockdown because of the pandemic. So there wasn't a lot of shows going on anyways, but I was still training. I made sure that when everybody was at home, relaxing or whatever it was that they were doing, I was out and about at my training gym and, still in the ring working on stuff. And I feel like that helped me progress a lot because it would be very, very small classes, maybe like 2 or 3 people. So yeah, and then I felt like by the time everybody else joins back in, I was just so much better. And shortly after that, I made my debut. And so yeah, I made my debut during COVID.
And that the fact that you made your debut during COVID, like you're a champion. You got the belt over your shoulder being a champion. You are a champion because you are a champion even competing during COVID, in which it's a tough time right now. But we all are really proud of you because you made the best out of that, and
Thank
you're
you.
making a lot out of yourself. I mean, because we got lots to talk about, of course, being a champion. We're going to talk some AEW because, I mean, we all know, you did your thing AEW. I know it's not over yet as far as being with that promotion, too. So, as far as you being a wrestler and trying to keep your groove going, I want to ask you this. Have you found any new workouts like that has been like really good that has benefited you being in the ring? Like any new workouts that you've pretty much come across? Because working out, as we all know, that's a big thing for being a professional wrestler.
Well, new workouts, I wouldn't necessarily say new workouts. When I go to the gym right now, I'm focusing on kind of, gaining more muscles and getting a little stronger, which you absolutely need in the ring. You got to be a good base for people. But what I use for my in-ring cardio, I actually do a little Insanity. I have the Insanity DVDs from like, I don't even know when those came out, like 10 years ago. So yeah, I had dusted some of those off and put them in, and I did the challenge. And I was actually able to lose a lot of weight. And that definitely helped me improve my in-ring cardio a lot. Because yeah, I used to get so out of breath at first. It was so rigorous and it was, yeah. So yeah, I do a little Insanity and that kind of helps me.
Did you get the Insanity t-shirt?
No, I didn't get the t-shirt. I didn't get the t-shirt. I didn't even know if they still have those. Oh, you mean like when you buy a DVD, do you get a t-shirt?
I think you go through, and everybody watching, from home, you can, definitely. I'll put the comments up too for, if I believe if you go through the whole training thing, you get a T-shirt. I forgot it may have Sean T's logo on it, but I will say this, Leila, that when I was doing like marathons, I trained for Insanity, and that helped me out with like endurance through mile 15 and 16. So you doing Insanity, it's not for everybody. It's crazy. And I remember, you're right, when I did the Insanity for the first time, it was like buckets of like sweat like laying everywhere.
Oh yeah. It is no joke. It is no joke. Like, you're really drenched in sweat. Like, when I go to the gym on my own, I do not come out looking like that. So I'm like, this really works. So yeah. And then once people started noticing that I was losing weight and getting in better shape, I'm like, oh yeah, this is legit. This is legit. I'm missing a few of them though, a few of the DVDs, because it's been passed down to me from other people who couldn't do it. So
Yeah. And the biggest thing about it is too that I would think that I've always asked myself, insanity, is that good for professional wrestlers? And now you saying that you being the champ, it's something that you probably would tell any wrestler coming up doing sanity. I mean, I know Sean T. He even if you do like they're even a 30-minute workouts, buckets
yeah,
of stuff everywhere, but it's a really good thing to doing sanity.
absolutely. You're jumping and squatting and doing a bunch of moves that you actually kind of use in the ring.
Exactly. I do
Yeah.
remember that. I remember that one video I was doing, Sean T. He was so out of breath. He said he told one of his like people on the side that were doing the workouts with him. He said somebody else might take over because I'm like tired. So he went on the side and took a break. So I'm like, man, he's tired too. And if the instructor's tired, then it's pretty insane.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, of course, lately, when it comes to being a wrestler, traveling can be crazy. Hotels, what to get to eat, trying to work out. But I'm sure sometimes with wrestlers with talent, you guys may love traveling to a place, love traveling to a place. Is there any place that you've traveled to that you love going to so many times, maybe because of the food or the people, the atmosphere? Is there a favorite place you love going to when you know you're going there? You're like, oh, I can't wait.
Well, I really love when I get to do shows out in Texas. My first time visiting Texas was for wrestling when I went to SWE Fury. So yeah, Texas is like a real cool vibe. I really like the people, and there's so much delicious Mexican food, which I love anything with meat, cheese, and sour cream. So yeah, I enjoy going to Texas. I like the obviously it depends on where you go in Texas, but I like the Mexican vibes and stuff.
Like just think about that. I'm just like, man, it's
Yeah,
so just so good.
so
Now,
good.
now you've been to Texas, or you've been all over. Now, is there a place you want to go to that you haven't been yet? Maybe somewhere overseas that people are telling you, Leila, you got to go there. Where there be somewhere that you haven't been to yet that's on your to go list?
For wrestling or just in general?
Probably wrestling.
For wrestling, well, I definitely do want to go overseas. My goal is to be international. And I've actually been talking to a company out in London, and they're a pretty well known company, and they've had a lot of great people wrestle on their shows. So that is my next goal. Like as soon as everything is open and it's clear it's safe to travel and this and that, that is definitely one of my goals. To wrestle, wrestle in the UK.
Well, actually, for me, of course, I grew up around the Philly area, so of course, when you're in Philly, definitely got to get a Philly cheesesteak. I don't know if that would be on your.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. I mean, I like going up north. I'm from Queens, New York. So any opportunity that I get to work up there, I love. I love like when I go to New York, I have to get pizza or Chinese food or bagels or a Jamaican beef patty. Those are like my guilty pleasures when I go over there.
Tonight, we're having a party here on Off the Top Rope with the only, of course, Leila Grey, and she's, we're talking about food and hey, we're having the party tonight, and that's the one thing that you do on the show is you party it up, and that's what we're doing here tonight. So I want to thank everybody for watching the show live as well, and coming up in a little bit too later on before the broadcast ends, we do have a giveaway for, of course, some Leila Grey merchandise. I do got a winner, so I will be naming the winner just in a little bit. Now, you being the champion, you want to be the best, you want to wrestle the best. And of course, I'm pretty sure in wrestling, you want to be like that champion that's different from everybody else. Now, what would you say? What kind of champion do you want to be? That stands out to the fans. That fans will say, "Oh, Leila's a champion. She's different from this and that." Like how would you look at that?
Well, I mean, as a champion, I'm definitely a fighting champion. I'm not a champion that like sits in the back. I like to fight and defend my title. Um, but yeah, I mean, I like people to see me as a great champion and someone that they want to see have a long title reign. This is my first belt, so you know I know it's gonna become a little addicting because now I'm like, okay, where's my next belt at? But yeah, I mean, I just, I want people to see me as somebody who's fearless and hard working and a go-getter and, just goes out there and gets it. And, I'm a New York chick. I got this New York boss attitude. And I mean, I think that that's what I try to showcase, that I'm not afraid and I don't back down from challenges. That's why I am the unstoppable danger. So that's what I like people to remember when they see me up there holding that belt.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, you up until this point, you are unstoppable because I mean, if you having the championship belt, that says a lot that you've been unstoppable up until this point. Now, I'm gonna go out on a little thing here. Now, since you defending the belt against anybody that comes your way, is there somebody out there that you would love to defend your title against? Somebody that you would look at and say, "Damn, this would be a good match for this person." Anybody out there that's kind of on the side of your eye?
It's kind of on the side of my eye. Well, there is somebody that I've been working with, and we actually came up together. But we have not had a match yet. So I would definitely look forward to having a match with her. Her name, some of you might know her. Her name is Paola Mayfield. She's a reality TV star from 90 Day Fiance, but she's transitioning into the wrestling world.
Wow,
She
that's
was
big
just on
move.
NWA Empower over the weekend. She made her debut over there. So me and her came up together, training together, started about the same time. We have a lot of similarities and we're both pretty bitchy and vicious. So I would definitely love to have a match with her. I would definitely like to see, because I know she eyes that title. So I definitely would like her to step into the ring with me.
It's crazy how you learn something new every day. And actually, 90 Day Fiance, I do watch that, and it's like now it's kind of getting into the wrestling thing. I learned something. I didn't even know that. Like you taught us something tonight on the show. I had no idea. It just like blew me
Yeah.
away.
I
And
actually have a little something coming out with her soon. The 90 Day Fiance Instagram actually just dropped a little teaser today. So yeah, me and Paola did a little something for the network. That'll be coming out on Discovery Plus maybe later on this month. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be pretty cool.
hey, if everybody's a 90 Day Fiance fan, you gotta check that out because your boy Ty Asbury gonna be checking that out. That's like really cool. And you're everywhere, and you should be proud because you worked hard and you've done it all to this point, and your machine's gonna keep on rolling because it's unstoppable. I mean,
Oh yeah, you can't stop now. Especially like the way my career kind of took off, and I do not want to stop momentum because it is going, going, going. And I feel like if I stop, then I'm kind of gonna mess up the flow. That's why I tell you I don't like when I'm not busy because I'm like, I need to be doing something. I need to be getting out there. I need to have people talk about me.
and the thing about it is too, Leila, I really believe that tomorrow. I've learned that. I mean, with people passing away and just blowing us all away about people passing away who shocked us, and it's tomorrow's not guaranteed. So I got that thing. You live once. Go. 100% hard and whatever you want to do, and you're doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, at times it gets hard. It's pretty challenging. You're tired, you're beat. Sometimes you're struggling financially. There's a lot going on. But, most important thing is to just keep going, just keep going. Because I truly feel that at the end, all of this is going to be worth it. Every day I see myself one step closer to my dreams, and that's the way that I want to live my life. Like, I know pro wrestling is a really tough business. It's hard to get in the business, it's hard to make it in the business. And as much as of a challenge as that is, I'd rather work hard And I'd rather fail at this than to succeed doing something regular that's not fulfilling.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I'm sure there's people out there who live in like that little bubble. And I've always thought that's like not a cool way, to live. And I used to be like that. And even in wrestling, you want to travel, face
Yeah.
multiple opponents. I mean, you got the 90-Day Fiance thing going, like, which I'm still blown away by that. So you pop that bubble ways back ago, but it's a lot of cool things that you're doing too. And from your point of view, if you want to tell somebody who wants to get into wrestling, which like some brief advice you would give them about getting into wrestling, because it's not for everybody. We know that.
It's definitely not for everybody. So first, I would just definitely suggest doing research on a school. Don't just go to any school. Make sure it is, credible trainers that have actually been somewhere. You have no idea how far that goes. That really goes a long way, having a credible trainer, because they're the ones with connections. And I mean, they can plug you in with the right people. And in this business, people always ask you, oh, who did you train with? So you want it to be someone who is somebody in the business. So that would be my first piece of advice: doing research on your school and the trainers. Next, I would definitely say, if you are not in shape, get in shape, because it's going to be really, really tough once you start and you're not in shape. I wasn't in bad shape, but I definitely was not in good shape when I started. So it was a struggle for me and challenging. And, there were times that I had doubts and I almost felt like quitting. So yeah, definitely get in shape as well. And yeah, and just once you do it, just don't give up, because there's going to be times when you want to, because like I said, it gets really hard. Just stick through it, because it gets easier. It gets easier and it gets better and it gets funner. Once you get through that initial period, where your body is not used to taking these hits and these moves, then it starts getting pretty fun.
Pretty much put it in perspective that you have to develop that thick skin for getting into the wrestling business.
Yeah, you have to want to do it. And, for me, I started wrestling later on in my life, my late 20s. So it was really rough on me. My body was not used to taking bumps and doing this. I had the worst neck pain and back pain and this and that. And I'm like, oh my God, am I sure that this is for me? But I'm like, you cannot give up, because there's been a few things in my life that I started and never finished. And I did not want wrestling to be one of those things. This was a challenge, something for me to prove to myself. And I think I'm doing a good job.
You're doing an unstoppable, damn good job. I just had to throw that in there. So
thank you.
We were talking on the show that we're doing the ropes giveaway, where you can get a free signed 8x10 Leile Grey picture, and she actually has 2 trading cards, and she's going to answer the question because this is a cool moment for the show. And the question was that I posted on social media: who was her first opponent on AEW Dark? Now, Leila, who was your first? Who did you tangle with on the show?
Do I say the answer now?
Oh, no, you can bust it out.
Okay, so my first match on AEW Dark was against Ty Conti.
It was Ty Conti, and my man, we have a winner. His name is Ryan Lerman. He actually won the gear. Yay! So the show wraps up.
Congratulations, Ryan. You won personalized autographs, 8x10, and 2 of my trading cards. Congratulations, Ryan.
Oh, man, like I said, he reached out. I saw him. I was like, I had to pick him. Did the little flipping the thing out of the hat. So congratulations to my man Ryan. You'll definitely get your Leile Grey gear. And Leila, we're at the part of the show where I got to put you on the spot. So I call this segment. Damn, that's pretty good. So this is where you got to put the thinking cap on. You ready for this question?
Oh God. Okay, maybe. Oh, I don't like random questions. I get nervous.
So
Okay.
the question is, we also know you're an actress, you do it all. You're like multi-talented, you do a lot of stuff. So it's you and a favorite actor of yours in a tag match. You and this person that you pick, they're going up against an actress you really don't care for and a wrestling talent that drives you crazy. Now, who would these three people be?
Okay, so my tag partner is an actress.
Yeah, your favorite actor going up against an actor that drives you insane.
Can it
And
be a musician? Because
yeah,
I'm way more into music than movies.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so my tag partner would be Rihanna
Okay, all right.
because that's my girl, man, and we can kick some ass together, and we'll look good as hell doing it. So
That would be a cool matchup. Now, who would the match be against though?
So the
Another
match against, you said someone that I don't like.
somebody that you really don't care for, and a wrestling talent that drives you crazy. You may have wrestled them before. Who would you guys be fighting?
Who would me and Rihanna fight? Let's see. um, who don't I care for? Again, I'm gonna pick another musician because who don't I care for? Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. And then another wrestler. Let's see. Who would this other wrestler be? I'm gonna pick someone that's actually challenging. Let's see. A wrestler. Oh God, why is this so hard?
Well, I was about to say there's like so many out there that you can pick from because I know you've had challenges so much that
Let's see. So I'm gonna pick somebody that I want to have a rematch with. I'm gonna have to say Thunder Rosa.
wow.
Yes,
Okay.
Thunder Rosa. I think me and her deserve to have a rematch. So yeah, I would have to pick her. I would have to pick her because she's a challenge. Taylor Swift, I can kick her ass easy. Yeah. So, I mean, that's so random, but
It's really good, and I've had guests before where they're sitting there, they're like, "Damn, Ty." So that's why I call this segment "Damn, that's good" because it makes you, "Damn, dude, that is good." But that was a really that would be a match. I'd be there front row checking out. So really cool answer. Now we're winding down, getting down to the nitty gritty here on this awesome episode of Off the Top Rope. Now I got to ask you, of course, the biggest question of all. Moving forward, being the champion, what do you want to continue doing being the champion? Like to stay on top of your game? Like what are you looking ahead being the champion?
what am I looking ahead? Okay, well, I mean, I want to stay on top. I want to keep my belt. Definitely, let everybody know who I am. Also, the company that I have the belt for, Pro Wrestling 2.0, I heard a little gossip that they're thinking of bringing women's tag team titles. So I definitely want to go after that and, be two belt Leila.
Well, like I mean, you got to have like a manager holding all your belts by the time you're done. So and that's a good thing. So that
Yeah, I want to be the belt collector. I'm starting a little shrine in my apartment of my accomplishments. And so definitely want to have multiple belts up there.
no doubt, it's a unstoppable accomplishment for your career. Now,
Absolutely.
from 1 to 10, what are the chances we ever seeing you back on the show here on Off the Top Rope on the CEV Sports Network? 1 to 10, what are the chances you coming back?
The chances are 10. Yes, I'll definitely come back. Hell yeah. I think this was a great interview. You asked some great questions. I've had a lot of fun so far, and I would absolutely love to come back a couple months down the road and, give everybody an update.
Now to close the show, we definitely want to know what's up next for you, wrestling dates. I mean, acting, and I mean, girl, you got so much going on. What's next for your big, schedule, and what's next for you so fans can follow you on social media?
Fans can follow me, absolutely. So, yeah, I have more AEW appearances coming up, so please look out for those. Um, yeah, so AEW is actually moving to AEW Dark is moving to Universal Studios. So that's going to be really cool starting September 11th.
Oh, yeah, you're set. So I mean, it's right, pretty much your next door neighbor. So you're AEW. I mean, I got this feeling that is coming. So, but
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, AEW is coming up. I also have some appearances next month. I'll be in Indiana. For Heroes and Legends. There's a fan fest going on with a lot of big names, top talent, followed by a wrestling show. And I'll be doing a intergender tag match with my fiance, Lou Curtis, who is also a pro wrestler. And we'll be wrestling against Amber Nova and James Strong. So I am very, very excited for that match. Anytime that I get to do anything intergender, I think it's so much fun. So I'm very, very excited for that appearance. I would say those are probably the appearances that I'm most excited for coming up. But yeah, I mean, just follow me on social media because I have a lot of things coming up. Every weekend I am working and I am somewhere. So please stay up to date with me, guys. You guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Miss Leile Grey. So that's MISS_ Leila Grey. I am also on Facebook, Miss Leile Grey as well. I have a Cameo. So, yes, guys, hit me up for personalized messages as well. I love talking to the fans and I love creating, cute, funny videos for them. And I also want to promote my Pro Wrestling Tees store that I recently opened, like a month ago or so. So I have a couple t-shirts on there that I want to promote and I want you guys to get. And I want to see everybody with their Leila Grey merch at shows. So those are things I'm really excited about.
Well, I'm definitely gonna make sure I do this weekend. I get my my Leila Grey shirt, everything. Definitely, we're all proud of you here on Off the Top Rope. Girl, you are doing big things. I mean, 90 Day Fiance. I mean, you got matches coming up, everything, and we are very proud of you. And best of luck moving forward, and continue to do what you do, and that's being unstoppable.
Thank you so much. That really means so much to me. I just love hearing the support from people. Us wrestlers, we really need it because, like I said before, it's a tough business. So hearing that, people support you and appreciate you truly means a lot. Thank you.
This is your boy Ty Asbury, and of course, I got the balloons behind me. There's a party tonight because this party was unstoppable. Because my live guest tonight was the Pro Wrestling 2.0 Women's Champion, the one, the only, the unstoppable, Leila Grey.
Yes,
thank you very much, Leila, for coming on the show. Thank everybody for watching this show live, of course, on the CEV Sports Podcast Network. This is your boy Ty Asbury. We out. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to watch the best wrestling podcast around with some sizzle, it is Off the Top Rope. Yeah.